Hello, hello everyone. Once again, 1000 unpainted minis stream. Today we are trying to get rid of the 3 shield gardens from Custodies. So once again, 3 shield gardens from Custodies, and let's see how we manage this task today. As you can see, yesterday was a pretty good day. I managed to finish these 3 guys in the corner. You can see the photo right here. Yeah. So Alea, Blade Champion, and Sagittarium Guard or Sagittarium Custodian. Pretty eventful day, because I was painting in the morning in the stream, and then I painted in the evening with my brother during the stream. Brohammer after hours. The stream was, in my opinion, very successful. It was in Polish, so unfortunately not so inclusive like the English version, although it was very fun, and I managed to finish these 3 during the stream. We talked a lot. We had, big break from our previous streams together. All the summer basically we couldn't meet each other, so it was good to finally get together and paint and talk about Warhammer, usual stuff. So if you speak Polish, then definitely check out VOD on our YouTube channel. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to start painting this. I call this the shield wall, because I took 3 shield. Through 3 gardens with shields. They're completely unpainted. I mean, they do not even have the shade, just the base, the gold spray, and that's it. So there's a lot of things to do today. I probably will end up finishing it in 2 streams, because it's just a lot of space to paint, a lot of surface, so we'll see. But let's start. As you can see, they are not connected, just to make a little bit easier, do the dry brush after. But as soon as the dry brush is done, I will connect them and start painting normally. Let's prepare some paper. Go. And Agrax Earthshade, as usually. When I'm painting so regularly, like now, few days a week, few hours every day, the paints are going down very fast. Usually, many of my paints have few years at least. So I was like, okay, they just don't go down, There's always enough. But when you start to paint irregularly, definitely not the case. The paints I'm painting, the Custodies, are obviously the most used currently. So, for example, paints I'm using for the bases, already I see big deficiency. There's enough to, do a few more bases, but not all of them. Definitely not all of them. Same, for Agrax Earthshade, or Abaddon Black, or the silvers. All these paints are finishing pretty quickly. I'm using, a lot to thin down, a lot of water to thin down the paints. So it could be the reason, like, for example, I have to use a lot of paint on the palette and then thin it down, and it's just to find the correct consistency. I have to use a lot of paint from the pot and to find it, and then I don't use everything. So there's a little bit of waste in that front. That's why I bought these bottles from AliExpress, dropper bottles, and I will try to change the regular Citadel bottles to these dropper bottles, and we'll see if that actually will help reducing, you know, waste and just taking enough paint for what I have to paint, not so much of the Naxxes wasted. Let's see, I was thinking I will do it yesterday, or at least start, but I couldn't, unfortunately. I mean, I wanted to finish the 3 minutes from the morning, and it just took too much time to finish them, then so I couldn't get into the rebottling. I have to do that soon though. The best would be if I do it on stream. It's just, you know, there's a lot of time and a lot of content. I mean, content. You can see then how it's done, and maybe you do it by yourself if you want. That's the idea, basically. I was waiting. I was just, you know, watching the other people, other painters do that. I thought it's a, you know, good solution for some issues that I have. Many pros are using that technique. So let's follow the best, you know. If they are doing something, might be for a reason. It's just not that you know, interesting, you know, to watch someone rebottling paints. If you do it once, then probably, I mean, if you watch it once, like one bottle, you'll probably find, you know, there's just rebottling 150 of them. It's kind of not the best way to spend time watching someone do that, but okay. If you want to hang out with me, then that would be awesome. All right, so I leave a few parts without shade, just because they are going to be painted silver or black or, you know, other colors. So, for example, like this one, it's gonna be a leather. No need of a shade there. Let's go ahead here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna glue the sword, and then I'm gonna paint gold, because right like this I can target the areas from both sides. I don't need to worry that anything will touch it. I mean, like, for example, I will put it on the ground or on the table, and some paint will come out. So that's what I'm gonna do. And for sure, many of the parts here are gonna be silver, because it's like a bolt or something, some kind of weapon. So I'm gonna leave it gold, and then I will just paint it black. Or maybe actually gold is not such a bad color. Maybe just you know, ammunition I will do with silver, but this part can be gold. I'll decide later, because I can do that. I can paint it, you know, with Agro Surf Shade, then I will do the dry brush with gold, and then I'll finish with more clear idea how it looks. If it looks good, then we can keep it gold. If it doesn't look good, then we just change. Not a big deal. So yeah, I have to do this side as well, and we'll see how fast they are gonna dry, because this is the main factor today. I put 3 guys, you know, on the table to paint. The main reason I would not finish them is probably because of the drying time of the shade right now. Would be probably more smart to do the shading yesterday night and just, you know, have it ready minutes in the morning, but definitely too late for that. Now the shield. How are you doing, guys, today or tonight? Depends what hour do you have at your place now right now. This one is more complicated. Are you gonna paint with me together, or what's the agenda for tonight? Today, I don't know. Okay, let's do the shield first, and after, when it's dry, I will do the arm. I do have some interesting, like, fan. Look, this is the fan. I bought it in China when I was in China. So it's just a regular fan to, you know, cool yourself off, but I'm gonna use it for drying miniatures today. So I will just start it on the side, put the miniatures under the wind, and let's see how fast they're gonna dry, or if the process will be faster or not. I used to, by the advice of my friend, I used to dry the miniatures with hair dryer, and, you know, hot air, strong wind from the air dryer speed up the process by a lot. It's just less convenient, you know. I mean, you have to find the space to keep the hair dryer, you have to find the space. You have to find the space to connect it to the power, which is kind of a hassle. And the fan like this, you just, you know, place it on the table, on the desk. You're just working on the side. Place the minis over under the wind, and that's it. Just wait, we can do another things during that time. So let's do this part as well. I like to give the time to dry for the shade, because if you start painting or doing stuff too fast with them, it's just gonna be messy. You want to avoid that for sure. Okay, so let's give it a few minutes to dry, but in the meantime we're slowing down because we get another 2 guys. So let's just continue shading them. I thought that 3 could be enough. So when I'm painting the other 2, the one is, you know, drying off. Then when it's dry, I start to paint, dry brush, and then the other 2 have time to dry off, and, you know, just a continuous process. Because, to be honest, 3 minis in one sitting is quite a big task. I've never finished on time. I always had to go back in the night and try to finish them. So I'm not a big fan of that concept, you know, 3 minis in one sitting. But maybe this time I'm gonna make it faster, but we'll see. On the other side, if I just do one, it's kind of boring, because I still have to wait for it to dry, right? I mean, the shade have to dry either way. So maybe I'll just finish one guy today and do the others tomorrow. We'll see. Well, we'll see. In the end, I can do part 1, part 2. I'm very proud with what I've done with Alea, especially. Blade Champion is nice and, you know, looks good as well. But Alea is very interesting. I did the orange hair, as you can see, like fiery hair. I mixed 2 contrasts together because I didn't have correct orange that I wanted to use, so this was a mix of, I think, Griffon orange and Yaden yellow. Then the cape that's on the back is like a Croxigor something. Scales or something. Because it's a beautiful color, like a green and blue connected. And on the silver background, I mean in the silver base, it just looks like a, you know, synthetic cape, which I was aiming for actually. So it's like a shiny material, silk-ish. I don't know what to say. So I'm happy with the result. Also, black skin. It's kind of interesting. It was my not first time, but I think it was a long time ago when I was painting black skin or dark skin. And I'm thinking it ended up quite okay. And I'm least happy with the sword. The sword is kind of meh. Not everything can be perfect, right? Just doesn't stand out. I didn't want to do the non-metallic metal because it would be so different from every other things on the army that it would be like, oh, what is this? This model doesn't fit to the army, you know? So I wanted to, let's keep it in the same style. Just add some glaze, blue glaze, into the very light silver. And I did the same for Blade Champion. And I think they look fine. They look nice. If you want to see some closer photos, just go ahead to the Instagram page and Brohammer_HPG. And you can see all the progress from today, I mean yesterday, 2 days ago, and all this challenge basically. Yeah, but yesterday, I mean, these are, at least the 2 of them are very unique. I just have them, you know, one in the army, so I wanted to make them a little more special than the rest. And I think with the white and red hair on the Blade Champion, it looks also much more interesting than the regular guy. You can definitely see that he's a character. Same orange hair for Leia. I think other Sister of Silence I will not do orange hair. I have to think about that. The thing orange looks looks very interesting with these colors. Contrast very well, like brings so much life for the mini, because with I was trying it with white, and with white looks perfect, let's say, like very good, just how it should be, you know, in real life, let's say. And it's too boring. Everything would be like a cold colors, you know, the greens, the blues, the silvers, even the violets on the, or like a light blue on the base. Everything would be a cold color, cold theme. So I wanted to break it with something something warm, something fiery. So this hair looks, in my opinion at least, as it should. Very interesting. Gives it life to the mini. So that's the situation with yesterday painting, and today, of course, is much less interesting, much less, much more simple paint job. But it has to be done since, you know, I need some line units for my army. So with these 3 and 3 guardians, I have 6 models. It's already nice for a small army of Custodes. Plus I have this 6 Terminators, 2 Dreadnoughts, you know, it's just gonna adds up to some nice number of models. I don't know how many points it would be. I would guess probably over 1,500 with today's painted models. Plus, you know, that the characters actually can be a little more valuable, so it could end up even with 2,000 points or so. Not the best for like tactic wise, for sure, because having just 3 line units that can score objectives is not smart, but playable. Let's say playable is what we are aiming for here. I want to see how it's my drying going, and it's going very good. Definitely speeds up the process. So I'll actually remove this guy from here, just keep it still drying. I just don't want to mess up who's who and what weapons should he have. Okay, so once again, the third guy. It's gonna be a quick shade, quick wash over everything. I was thinking what to do in the next 3 days in the mornings, and I'm thinking of maybe 1 vehicle. I have this, I'm not sure what's called, Palax or something. Small vehicle. Very fast. Should be fun to paint. I was thinking about these Terminators. I think they are not the regular ones, the other ones from Forge World, Aquilon or something. I just don't remember the name exactly. The ones with power fists, and they have like volkite pistols or something. They should be fun to paint as well. And not very difficult, probably. Also, I was thinking maybe another character, just a regular field captain, or maybe the guy that has a lion on his shoulder. I don't know. I don't remember his name. Valoris or something. But I do have characters already, so maybe I should focus more on the units. I like Venatari as well. They are very fun models. I want to definitely do some of them. So let's see, maybe I will do one Venatari, one this tank, Phalanx or whatever, and the Terminator. I do like though to do 3 in a row. I mean 3 in one go. It's way more satisfying because you finish 3 and it's the number from 1000 is going down very fast. It's a good feeling. And you can say, dang, you painted in 1 week 15 miniatures. Quite impressive. Probably not be the case. I'm happy with 5. I have to be change my mindset that 5 is more reasonable and just enough. And there will be some weeks that I will not even finish 5 because I'll take some bigger projects to do. But let's leave it for the future now. Okay, so the sword. How is the sword in this guy here? It's actually looking pretty good. So let's leave it for a little while. I just have here some traits that I missed. Okay. So yeah, looking very good. And these minis are much simpler than the Guardians with spears because there is much less black to paint. In the Guardians with spears, especially if the spears are connected already to the mini, there is a lot of painting with black, at least 2-3 layers. And just takes a lot of time because you have to be careful, you have to be, pretty precise where you paint. So definitely the process is much longer. And these guys are, gold everywhere. Just slap the shade. Don't worry about nothing. And dry brush everything, it's gonna be looking good. Even the shield, right? I will not mess up with shield. I mean, I will not mess with the shield, I don't know, some special colors or something. Probably it would be advised, at least to give some contrast, some more interesting color to the shield, but probably not. The regular Agric Surf Shade and dry brush with Citrine, Alchemy, and that's it. The only part that make me worried is the back part. I'm not sure what kind of color it should be. It should be black or it should be silver with shade or without shade. I'll tell you exactly which part I'm talking about because it's kind of questionable at the moment for me. Not clear what should I do. Alright, let it dry. So this part, for example, in the back, I do not have a clear idea. It should be black or not black or what kind of color. Alright, so this is gonna be connected here, just to not make mess with whose weapon is whose, because this is the key here. I chose very specifically who can get which weapon, and I don't want to mess this up. It's quite important actually. For the pose, for the final pose, because if you get the wrong weapons, wrong pair of weapons, then the pose will be unnatural, messed up, and just not looking good. And I have like 6 of these guys or so at the moment. So I want them to be very individual, have their own poses, not repeating, not like awkward looking. So it's very important for me to make it right. Alright. 1 second, that's the shield. And then the shoulder pad. I was thinking to also spend one day correcting some small mistakes on the minis that I finished painting. There are some highlights to do, there are some, some corrections with other colors that I can do that will make the miniature much better. Okay, so I see drying process was very fast. Let's see if there's a need for some corrections. I see here a little bit, yeah. But the other part of the mini is fine. Let's just paint this one as well. Okay, and then let's start doing the other side of the shield. So blue tack here, probably, hopefully it will not remove the shade. It should stick fine because it's dry already. Okay. And now important part, the back of the shield. Probably I should use much less aggressive shades just to not make it look weird. Or even 0, let's see. I just keep it, bright gold, and yeah, maybe that's the better idea actually. Why should I make it dirty, with Agrax? Okay. Go, let's put it here. And let's do this. Okay, so now big question: do I get these parts Ajax or I keep it? Well, I think I should actually do just the very light touch of Ajax, very light, long strokes, very low amount of paint, just to not make it so much different from the other types. Okay, I'm happy. I'm very happy with that actually. And this looks, it's gonna be looking good. So this is the shield number 1. Shield number 2. Let's see if there's any parts. This one, but this is gonna be black anyway, so. Yeah, the drying station is working very nice. I don't know if you can see in the back how it's blowing air onto the minis, but speeds up the process quite a lot. So I'm streaming for 36 minutes now, and I'm close to be done with shading everything. The next step should be much faster, which is dry brushing everything. I will probably go ahead and glue the arms into the bodies for dry brush, just because dry brushing will be more accurate, more natural, I guess. On the other side, maybe I would miss, for example, for sure, some places that I would actually want to be painted or dry brushed more correct, more close. Yes. For example, these are, they have some black parts here on the gloves that probably is better to paint separately, just to have better access when it's not connected to the body. Yeah. And the same, let's use less paint, less agrax, just long strokes. Excellent. All right. That's it. And the shoe number 3. There are some parts that should be more wet, let's say. There's some still places to dry, but the main thing that isn't dry, which is shoulder pad, is okay. So I can blue tack there and go ahead and paint the rest of the stuff. Okay. We are close to be done with the shades, and we're going soon to dry brushing. Yeah, even after dry brush, probably I will wait and not glue everything together, just because of these parts here that are gonna be very difficult to get if I glue them before painting. There's this glove, there's this handle for shield. Maybe I'll just glue the swords. The swords are, you know, much more easy to paint where if they are glued. Just because they are away from the body. They do not cover much. Even if they are glued, we'll see. let's see. Okay. So again, let's put it back to the drying station, and we can go ahead, close the shade now, and start the dry brush. Now, you have to choose the correct brush for that. Let's do some clean paper. I was thinking to do it fast. For fast dry brush, you need a big brush. I do have a big brush from Army Painter. It's nice, but just let me clean it a little bit. Sometimes there's like a old paint, like a dust coming off of the paint, so we want to avoid that as much as possible. So I'm just gonna, it's a dry brush, not dry brush, it's actually dry brush. So now it's time for paint. Of course, for the highlight dry brushing, I'm using this Citrine Alchemy as usually. So let's go ahead and give it the vortex mix. And this time, actually, I will not use a wet palette. I will go straight into this. So it's gonna do small drops into the shorts cloth. Like that. This paper towel. And then remove the excess of the paint. Let's see. Okay, nice. Everything is dry already. So, I mean, the shade is dry, so there is no issue there. Let's take it out. So actually, I don't know, maybe it's just better to go ahead and use wet palette. Why not? I wanted to try the paper towel, but okay. And it's looking good. It's kind of dark. I don't know if I used more other surface or something. And the recesses are pretty dark. It's fine. Still looking good. And very nice. Very nice. Right. So the first guy is done. Let's do his sword now. This is his sword, for sure. And it's nice and dry. So just tip of the brush dipped in the color, and then we're gonna dry brush everything. Yeah. I should probably wait with the shield still, because it didn't have much time to dry, especially the back part of the shield. So we'll see. I'm gonna check now. How does it look? Is it dry or is not? There are some parts that still needs a little bit of time, so let's do not mess it up. Just bring back these parts so I know which miniature is for which shield. Now let's do this. Let's do this guy. You might wonder why there is no head. The heads are more or less done. I did it on the sticks, so you know I don't miss any parts with red, and you know I was thinking more to do the eyes on the sticks. That's why I separate them, but I will probably do the eyes when they're already glued to the mini. In the end, it's just easier to handle the mini if there's no head. Like this driver, for example, I would not do probably correctly if there would be a head. I mean, it would just be getting on the way, and I would most probably broke his hair from the mini, which is not something I wanna do, so yeah. Separate head is just a good practice, for me. Okay, so this is the body, and then the shield, not the shield, sword. And the shield is like, you can do the sword. Next step after dry brush is gonna be black, which this is the quite long process to do black everywhere I want, which are gloves and shoulder pads, and the black is gonna be also the base for lead belcher, so it's just it's just good color to do the next. Okay, so this is another part painted. Let's put it aside next to the shield that is drying, and then last two. I mean last two parts, but it's just one. Last Guardian left. Okay, and they are fun to paint. They are so fast, easy, perfect for the beginning of the journey of painting. If you are new to Warhammer 40k, definitely, or 30k, or in general Warhammer, Custody's army is definitely a way to go. You don't need a lot. You just, if you buy a combat patrol, it's already many points. It's a pretty good value pack, and they're easy to start with, and they are strong, not dying like easily, I would say. A pretty tough guys, so that's also a pretty good bonus for the starting players. It's just, it doesn't feel bad. Like if you start with other army like Gen Stealers or Orcs or whatever, they tend to die pretty quickly. And these guys are just big golden tough boys. Nice. Okay. And then he was in this. In the last part, and then we go to the shields. Let's add a little bit more Citrine Alchemy into the palette, and remove the excess of the paint, and just light touches. Go. Nice, fast, and easy. Perfect. Nice. So let's go back and do the shields now. You have to do it one by one so I don't mess up whose shield is whose. And what can I do to make it? I probably should do something like this. Start with the shoulder pad, do the arm, do this part of the arm. Dry brush, you know, you have the paint already dried, so it's not that big of the deal if you are gonna touch it right away. Not like with wash or layer or contrast where you should not probably touch for a few seconds, minutes, depends. With dry brush you probably can touch right away. It's not a, you see I touch here and it's fine. There's nothing, you know, on the thumb. Let's go and do the back. Of course, if you add too much paint, then you have to be more careful. But I've done it already many times, and I just do know my limits, you know. Alright, so that's arm number one. So I will just show you. This is the guy dry brushed already. I will put it on one side. Let's do the next. Let's see if it's everything dried. Yep. Okay, so we can go ahead. Start again with the shoulder part. Nice. Arm and hand. I feel like there's this time not enough paint, so let's add a little bit more. And let's do face of the shield and then back. They start to look nice. Back of the shield now. There we go. Let's add a little bit more gold here in the corner. And this, probably I have the big, too big of a brush to do it, to reach that region, but it's not gonna be seen probably anyway when the mini is done. Okay, so the second guy dry brushed everywhere, very nice. And let's do the last third guy. I need to add a little bit more gold into the palette. Again, Citrine Alchemy from scale 75. It's like a super bright gold, but it gives a vibe of the silver as well, you know. When you finish dry brushing, you'll see that it's actually more silver looking. And dry brushing silver into gold, it's a nice practice because it makes the gold shine more. It's more real, more realistic. It's also making it look older. That's why I don't enjoy the original Custodian theme, color theme, because they're very orange looking. They are gold, don't get me wrong, they are gold. But the gold is so gold, it's like, what the heck? They look a little bit cartoonish for me. I prefer the look of Custodies from Fort Worth. If you see the difference between this gold and the gold from the 40K, it's quite a big difference. And I rather use the 30K Fort Worth version of Custodies. They look more green, more dark, you know, more suited for this 30 and 40K millennials. I should say 30 and 40 millennials, not 30 and 40K millennials. Alright, so that's done. We got 3 guys dry brushed. I can switch off my drying machine. There you go. There's no more need for that because there's no shade, no wash anymore. Good job. Okay, let's clean up this brush. This is very important. I don't want to mess up with this brush. It's very nice. It's full. I would probably do like a additional cleaning after the session with soap. Yeah, but it's looking good. Yeah, it's pretty clean. It's not bad, not too much of a dust left. When it's dry, I'm gonna clean it again. All right, let's remove this paper.
I'll take a sip of water.
So in 1 hour we washed and dry brushed 3 guys. And as I said, I will just see if there's a sense to glue the one arm here, or there's no sense. I think this was something like this. I mean, honestly, I can do both. Either way is fine. Let's add some Abaddon Black. Vortex mix. Quick and fast. And then small shake. Abaddon Black to the palette. Wet palette on the side. Quite a big amount because I'm gonna use a lot of black here. There's many parts that are going to be black, as well as I'm going to use like 2 layers at least. And to make it a little bit more useful, even though it's on the wet palette, right, I need to use some distilled water to thin it down. I like to use, especially for Abaddon Black that I have. I don't know if you guys have similar not issue, but just thing of this Abaddon Black. It's quite thick, and since it's quite thick, then it messes up the details. So let's use a lot of water and just 2 layers instead of 1. That's gonna be a little bit more time, but the effect is gonna be much better. So let's go ahead and paint the black parts. So recesses between armor, these joints, definitely two layers there. There's something here. Actually, I can paint this black as well, because this is gonna be silver. So, as I always say, the black is perfect for basing under the silver. It's much better than gold. When you use silver over gold, it usually needs like two layers at least, and it's still sometimes see-through, so It's kind of annoying. And with black, we just need one layer of lead belcher, and it's gonna be totally enough. Even if the black is not, it doesn't cover so well. Like for example here, if you see it in real life, you will see definitely some golden parts. It's enough for basing silver. Same here, the vents are gonna be silver, but I'm gonna paint them black now. If not, I'm gonna need two layers of lead belcher, and lead belcher is even more thick than Abaddon black, and it's just gonna look, 2 layers of lead belcher, they just don't look good. They are covering too much of details. And there are some small parts here, these vents, so let's just use black instead. Perfect. And then the other vent. Let's see how much time it will take me to finish these guys. I'm gonna try, as usually, to finish in 2 hours, but it might be quite above my head. The bases are done, so just gluing to the bases is gonna be a fast process. Okay. Now joins here. After 2 layers of black, I'm gonna do just one highlight with Mechanicum Standard Gray. It's kind of dark gray color, and it's totally enough for the highlight, in my opinion. I mean, you could mess with more colors or more layers of the highlight, but this is not the main part of the mini that must be seen, so one layer of this dark gray is totally fine. But it's, let's don't go ahead so far away. Okay, so this part is the black is done, the first layer. Let's switch to the black parts in this mini. So here on the back, it's gonna be the joints between armor. So this one. Okay. And here. And then the glove. I like the glove to be black. Just the leather is, I don't know. I do have the very nice leather color. The leather color looks good on the parts with that actually look leather, and this one is just regular material. I don't know. I tried leather color and it didn't look so good, like with black, so I stick to black. Okay. And actually these 2 parts are gonna be black, so since I'm on this side, let's go ahead and do black. I mean, they are gonna be silver, just as the same like in the body, in the vents. It's better to have a black base and then do the silver. Okay. Just one, even uneven layers is okay. Alright, and then here on the other side. Oh shit, I didn't show you anything. If you guys have a chance to follow this stream, I would appreciate. And also, I think even more important, leave a subscription on our YouTube channel. We do leave the VODs there, and I do stream there as well. And we are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. We are on the way. We have like 200 something, so we're doing very well after 4 years. Maybe if we keep the same speed getting subscribers, we can reach 1,000 after 15 years or so, which is, you know, not Mr. Beast's tempo, but it's fine, you know. We are slow and chill. No need to rush. Let's use different brush for the blade to have a little bit better coverage than the small, you know, precise brush. And once again, it doesn't need to be painted precisely, or, you know, just make it more flat, more matte. And for the silver that's gonna come after that, then it's gonna be great. All right, very thin layer, a lot of water, let it dry. And let's go ahead and switch. And this time, since I'm already with the, okay, I'm sorry, something's calling. What's going on? Hello? Hi? Hello? Bye, goodbye, have a good day. Bye. Sorry, guys. It was a quite interesting call I got. I didn't want it to make it on air, actually. I had a strange situation yesterday. So I ordered something and the post came to bring it, you know, classic. And I had to pay like some amount of money, 30. So I didn't have 30, so I said, okay, I got 50. Can you give me a change? And the guy said, nope. I said, why? Okay, I don't have. Okay, that's fine. So what about card? You know, pay with the card. He said, no, I don't have. And I said, okay, then take the package and come back another day because I don't have change and he doesn't have a change, and you know, I don't want to take and don't pay. He said, no. And he started to, you know, ask maybe there's some shops nearby or maybe there's a, I don't know, someone nearby to borrow the cash or to change. So I went to my neighbor and she didn't have a change as well. So I said, okay, no problem, just don't give me the package and come another day. He said, no, okay. So in the end, what happened? I went to the security didn't have the change. And he said, okay, let me take this money, this 50, and I will go ahead and change it in some shop. He went with 50. He came back. He said, okay, they don't have a change. So I said, okay, let's go together, you know. And we went together to one restaurant. They said they don't have change again. So I was like, fuck, man. And I was thinking, okay, I will give him 50 and that's it. But the guy, what happened when I went to the, you know, he had the machine. He actually had the machine. He just didn't want to use it for some reason. I don't know why. He didn't say it was broken or anything. I think he was just expecting that I will give him the 50, and maybe that was a correct correct way to think, but you know, just pissed me off. And in the end, I had to buy breakfast in the restaurant, and they gave me the change, and I paid him, and he just left me in another place. I had to walk back to my home. So that was fun. And now they called me back and asked because I left the review. I mean, they sent me a message if everything was fine with the package, and I said not necessarily. So they called me back, like, what happened? I don't know if it's common, you know, it's very strange. Just from the beginning, it was looking like the guy wanted to rip me off and take more money than I should pay. Already 30 is a lot for delivery. That's in the same city, you know. It's kind of a high price, especially nowadays where everywhere the delivery is very cheap, or there is a free delivery. So I was like, find that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did I do correct or not? Just an unpleasant experience. Just okay. Happens. Just next time I have to be ready, not them. I need to be ready to pay the exact amount, and I will avoid any trouble. But now the lady from I think it's customer service or something, she said there is a lot of complaints because of the machine. Like people want to pay with a card and they cannot. So maybe they will change something about that. But as I said, he had the machine, so this was very strange. Like on purpose, he didn't want to use it. Or maybe it was just broken and I'm glitching, you know, that's possible. Definitely possible. She asked me also if I want to make a complaint for this guy. But I said no. I don't want to make him any trouble. Because it's not, I could be in fault as well. I mean, he's just working, you know, bringing people stuff, delivering, so. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish these black shoulder pads here. There are some details here that must be painted more carefully. Okay. And I recommend also to use a little bit more water if you have these details, because if you go over the places that you are not gonna paint black or something, that you want to stay gold or different color, then it's easier to, you know, mask it. And then also when you have more watery color, it's gonna just go to recesses and don't stay on the top. Of the thing that you're painting. So I'm just gonna need 2 layers, that's it. I would use 2 layers anyway. So all right, so the first layer here in black is done, which is nice. Let's do the second layer, and we're gonna be done with the black on the first guy. What is the time? 20 minutes. Okay, so maybe I will finish all the black parts on 3 guys and then reach 2 hours. It's possible. Should I missed one thing. One joint in the front. And no, actually this should be faster because I'm not gonna do vents and pipes since they're gonna be silver. Yeah. It's gonna be much faster this time. Okay. Go. Yeah, and these parts that are gonna be silver and leaving now. Yeah, this was very fast. Very good. I like to paint fast and efficient. So let's go ahead, the second layer of black on the gloves. And then the sword I leave because it's gonna be silver. I should just paint these black as well. They're like nails, or I don't know how you call it in English. Some nails part on the gloves, and usually I leave them gold, but actually I will cover it black and paint silver because they're gonna be silver anyway later on. Okay, from this side is okay, so now let's go back other side and joins between armor and the back of the glove. Okay. Very good, very nice. And this one, really perfect. And then the glove here. And shoulder pad actually. It's just gonna be black. At least the panels, you know, are gonna be black, so. Regular 2 layers. Okay. Here we go, and then the other side. Before I switch to another guy, I'm gonna use that belcher. So it start to dry, and then, you know, I'm gonna have more time to the no oil on the silver. I would not need to wait so much. Okay. Now this is the precise part. Nice. Okay. So let's switch to that belcher pretty fast. This is the paint. There we go. I'm gonna put it on the wet palette. It's usually just to have a little bit of thinning. Here you cannot thin down metallic too much, especially in the Citadel ones. You can mess up the paint pretty bad. Shit, I don't show anything. Okay, and then the vents. The next step on that, as I said, no oil, but it has to be dry first. So we'll give it a little bit of time. We'll switch to another minis. And wait for it to dry. Here we go. Okay. So that's gonna be the silver. Now silver parts here. So sword. I'm gonna paint silver, but it's gonna be Stormhost silver after. For some Stormhost silver, black base it's a little bit too strong, so I like to use lead belcher and then Stormhost silver. But for the bolter parts, it's gonna be just enough. Okay. And then here we go. Got some message. Okay, yeah. I was thinking it should be gold or it should be silver, but the silver is definitely a way to go. It looks very nice. But the mix, this part gold and this part silver, it's gonna look good. Okay, and let's paint the other side. There we go. Okay. And then the last silver part here. Okay. There we go. So we can go ahead and switch to another guy. So the second guy, so I painted him in Looks like 30 minutes. And it's not very promising for the next guys, I guess. As usual, black takes a lot of time. Okay, let's go ahead and take this guy. Switch back to small brush, pointing, and look for recesses. Here. And again, pipe. It's gonna be base black. Okay. And then this one. And another pipe. Okay, cool. Let's see, there's no more black here on the front. So let's go back and do the joints between our okay. Last part here in the joint between the foot and leg. Okay, nice, very nice. Let's do this first. Yep. So shoulder pad. This one is much more simple. Which I'm happy with. There are no black parts on my side, so just two straight panels. I like to start with things on the side and then go back to the middle. I can use a little stronger black this time to make the base a little bit darker. All right, and nice and simple. And let's go ahead and do the glove. Glove and recesses. Yeah. Oh shit, of course I forgot about one thing on the other guy. The vents. Classic. Always I forget about one part. But I'm putting extra colors Just something I do. But first let me finish this guy, and then I'm gonna go back and do the vents. Also, it's just the first layer, it's not a big deal. I can go and do it with the second layer too, since it's gonna be only one layer necessary. Now, difficult part to paint, hard to get. Between the shield and shoulder pad. Probably not visible in the end, but I want it to be done. All right. It's not bad. It's fine. Okay, so I actually will go back to the guy that this guy and paint the vents just since I remember it. Alright, vent number 1 done. Let's go ahead and do the second vent. Okay. Perfect. No. Now let's get ahead and do the glove and the sword. There we go. Need to be a little bit more careful here. It's fine. What's up, everyone? Today is very silent in the chat. I guess it's or very late or very early. Or you're at work. That's a big possibility. You're just bored and wanted to watch something. Hang around with you throughout the day. Here I come. Okay, now the gold parts on the sword are gonna be painted black and become a base for silver. Okay. Trying to do it much faster than the first guy. It took me longer than I wanted, and it's gonna make the process even longer today. I will not finish these guys in 2 hours for sure, but I'm gonna try to do it in 2.5 maybe. 2.5 sounds very fast still, but more reasonable than 2. I'm going to switch back to bigger brush because the sword is painted now. I'm starting with black, of course, as a base tool with that badge. And it's fine if it's not covered like fully or whatever. It's just to matte and to make it a little darker for that badger. And I need to be very precise or thorough. Alright, so let's go and switch side on this arm. And I'm gonna do this first layer of black on the glove. Here we go. Here I need to be a little bit careful because of the gold parts on the glove. I don't want to mess them up. Alright. Fast and easy. And let's do these places for bullets. Magazines, yeah? Or how you call it. Something like that. They're gonna be silver, so black base is much better than gold. At least for the dark silver. Alright. And then once again, switch back to bigger brush. And let's do the blade. Very nice. Now we have to let it dry. So when this one is happening, I'll switch back to the body. Body. And second layer of black. So most of the joints to be corrected because they are still see-through a little bit. I want them flat black. Here. There we go. Already the one layer was kind of good. There was a good mix of water and paint, and it was still thin but covering well. So it was good. Okay. A few things on the front. Yeah. Very, very careful joints here. Just the tip of the brush. Remove the unnecessary paint. You have to do it fast so it's not gonna dry. Right. This was the second layer of black on the body, second layer of black on the shield now. Mostly glove. There's not many black parts here. And it's not gonna be visible anyway, like almost not visible. I think after painting this black, I can actually glue it to the mini. Because the highlights, I'm gonna do highlights only in the places where they actually make sense and are visible. Not, you know, do highlights everywhere on the glove and then you cannot see the glove. Just it doesn't make much sense. I mean, it would look more professional, but honestly, you wouldn't probably see even where is the highlight anyway. Okay, now switch to the front. And there was something right here. My hand is getting shaky. I'm getting tired. Which is not good for the stuff that is precise. We have to push through. This is just the second day of the week. And we have to be more. I mean, I need to have more endurance to paint precise things. So if I push through this, the next time it's gonna be better, the next time it's gonna be better, and so that's the way to improve. Okay. Oof. It's close to mess up many things. And I'll do the little stretch. All right, and go back to the glove. and the arm with a sword. Here we go. Okay. And as I said before, there's no need for a second layer on the blade and bullets, since they're gonna be seated. Okay. Let's see. The other side of the glove. Here we go. Nice. The handle of the sword is gonna be painted with leather paint, so it suits you know, other leather parts on other guys, like handles for spears or axes. There, I tried to do all leather, and it looks really good. Okay, so this one I'll keep like so. So I have to paint with Belcher now. So here, the vents, and then pipes as well. These pipes under the chest, and they are gonna be covered with Nuln Oil and then some highlights and dry brush with Stormhost Silver probably. It's very useful, and I mean, I would like to use Iron Breaker. I just do not have this paint, and I have so many paints, and still there I need few to buy. Hopefully, after some time, maybe someone will join with the Prime, Amazon Prime or something. I'm gonna buy more paints. Okay. Here we go. And as I said, pipe in the front, just under the chest. Can you see something? Kind of. Okay. Nice. On the shield there's no silver, so let's go ahead and do the sword. So here. The other side. one of my dreams, you know, is to have all these armies painted I have. And more, of course. And just play, play, and play. Create my man cave on top of the house. Just, you know, big space for a few tables, painting places. Something to do on retirement, you know. Until then, I should have finished everyone. I mean, finished all the minis I want. And probably there will gonna be much more released, so I will sell, buy new, sell, buy new, blah, blah, blah. And that's the cycle. That's the dream. Just hang out with my buddies, my friends, family, play AOS 40k, some Blackstone, some Lord of the Rings, all that stuff. So that's kind of a dream job for us hobbyists, you know. If it's, I mean, like a channel that do have this content, they just hang out and play together. It's kind of a awesome thing to do. Okay, so 2 hours mark is very close. I mean, and I'm still a little bit far behind. I thought I'm gonna paint it faster than the other one with black, but this was actually the same. So there was not much progress with the speed. So what I'm gonna do is I'll actually spend this time and do the third guy black, and then I'm gonna glue everyone and at the head, and that's gonna be it for now. So without further ado, let's do this black first, even faster than the previous one. Just taking more time than expected. Basing stuff and layering, it's not as fun as contrast. You know, you contrast thing and it's ready. But you will see they will look very nice. I will post in the evening probably, or night, the end result from today. I believe I can finish them today, because there's really not much left to do besides some, you know, minor highlights and eyes. This leather is going to be fast. There's not too many gems to do, and gems are fast to do, so yeah, really not many things to do. It's just taking longer because I'm doing 3 guys in the same go. If I would do 1, I would probably finish 1 hour ago. The longest part would be waiting for it to dry after shade. But beside that, I'll be happy with finishing 3. It's gonna be 6 in 1 week already after second day, so it's huge. And maybe I'll slow down a little bit. Ice Lord, Neon Hill, paint your non-metallic metal. What for contrast paint do you use for the armor? Well, so it's not non-metallic metal, actually. On the armor, as well as the blades are not at least here. I do paint non-metallic metal for other armies, but here I just want to go straight metallic. And the armor I use base, like some gold from art shop, you know. It's not Retributor armor, because I don't like Retributor armor for my custodies. It's too like saturated. It's very orange and bright, and I want them more dark, more grim, you know, suited for 40-30k. So I can show you the paint actually. It's some paint for spraying the walls. So this is the gold I used for the base. 94 MTM. And it was fine. You see, this is like, this should be the color. Of course it's not, it's much lighter, but ended up really nice. I painted the gold with Agrex Earthshade, and then I used Citrine Alchemy from Scale to make the highlight, and with dry brush, you know. So this was the gold. Very simple, you know. You have base gold base, shade, and high and dry brush. That's it. And I'm happy how they look. They look more old, you know, worn off. The gold is like old gold. It's not so clear and fresh like in the original ones. I told already, I much more prefer the gold from Forge World models, and I'm trying to imitate that, not the 40k ones. Alright, so I think that's all the black. So it's gonna be the first layer here. And good, make some space. Let's go ahead with a shield now. I hope you got my point. And I do not use contrast paint for the armor. Definitely not. I don't even know if there is a contrast, like metallic contrast. There are some paints that are trying to simulate it. Not sure from Citadel. I think not from Citadel. They are from Army Painter or somewhere. I remember I saw some cases. They want to do gold and silver contrast, but I never tried them. But the good thing is, if you paint minis that have a lot of metallics, then just, you know, go ahead and spray everything with metallic. You can use different colors, then cover it, like me now with black. Just cover the things that are not metallic, and it's gonna be fine. little bit more precision here. It's very hard to get there. Probably unnecessary as well. Just to be consistent. Okay, now shoulder pad. It's a little bit more difficult. Much more precise. There are things that I don't want to get dirty from black. And my hand is shaking already. I'm kind of tired. So let's be very, very calm. And everything gonna be all right. Here we go. Here we go. Nice. Whew. Okay. Okay, so shield, first layer is done, and then the last hand to do with black, layer number 1, and then I'm gonna go back layer number 2, then belcher, then blue everyone, and we're gonna see how they look and what do I need to do more. Probably should do these leather parts as well first, yeah, because they're gonna be tough to reach actually. So before gluing, I'm gonna do the leather. Yeah. Good, I remember that now. Okay. It's better if I do something like this. Here we go. Very nice. And now these black parts are gonna be silver. So just one layer. Not so precise, not so. It can be quite thin as well, it's fine. Okay. There we go. And now blade. Let's switch back to bigger brush, as usually. Here we go. And then this part too. And then the other side of the sword. Of course, I forgot one thing. It's not a big deal, but it's good that I noticed it now. Okay. And then the blade. Here we go. Very nice. Now let it dry, and I'm gonna do the second layer, the black paint here. Already much less to do because it's just the joints between armor. Here in the front, just a little bit here, just a little bit there. Okay, and then let's go back. These joints between panels. Just a second layer of black to make it more dark, not see-through with the gold. Oh shit! Okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay, now the glove. Second layer. I don't need a handle now. Okay. And now the panel on the shoulder pad. my shake hand. It's not helping, that's for sure. Okay, and now last things with the black color. So here we go, almost done. I think the longest part of painting these minis is just covering this gold areas that should not be gold, you know. I know they are custodians and they're golden boys, etc., but not all should be gold. And then top of the hand, switch a little bit. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, and nice. That's gonna be it. All the gold parts are, or sorry, all the black parts are done. Let's go ahead and switch back to the belcher, the vents, the pipes, and the sword. Just a little bit of thinning. Now the front. How we go with the time? Yes, this one. There we go. This one was much faster already. So it's just to practice. Every single next one is faster and faster, which is nice. And now here, silver parts, the magazines for the bullets, and the blade. Here we go. A little bit more water to thin down this heavy paint that belcher onto the sword to have a little bit better just flow of the brush better, easier to cover. Perfect. Now switch back to the other side and last few touches of silver here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the leather. There are some leather parts, mostly on the body. This is just like a skirt or whatever, kind of a skirt, kilt, coverage, pants, no, not pants, underwear, no, you know what I mean. There are some leather belts hanging out, covering the rivets of Custodian for some reason. Not much use in a battle, I guess. So for the leather, as usually, I do recommend this fantastic paint, Express Color from Vallejo, mahogany. Let's give it a little shake in the vortex mixer. Put the paint on the palette. And let's work on the first layer. So the dude in the back, so let's go. So here it's gonna be a pretty fast job because it's a contrast basically. So it flows very nice. The coverage is fine. I do need a 2 layers just to have the stronger finish, a little bit more darker finish. That's what I'm aiming for. I think this part actually is metal, so I covered a little bit too much. It's not a big deal. It's a still brown color, so pretty easy to blend in and cover it with other browns and golds. Not a big deal. Okay, so this is the first one, and the handle on the... Hello, Big W United, what's up, man? Welcome. What are you up to? Oh, you have Warhammer player, painter. Doing some painting myself, yeah. Same here. As you can see, I have the series 1000 to 0 unpainted minis. White Corpse Hunters from Warcry. Wild Corpse. Let me check this out. Ah, these guys, yeah. The Cities of Sigmar, I'm gonna buy them. They are so nice. I'm planning to collect Cities of Sigmar for AOS army, and these models, in general, Warcry has amazing models, but these models are very nice. I like also the Warcry band for ghouls. Yeah, Cities of Sigmar models are really nice. Yeah. I do have Sylvanet, it's just my one AOS army. But the second one definitely gonna be Cities of Sigmar. I'm hyped. Pretty hyped to buy the how it's called? Spearhead, right? Spearhead, these guys. Basically all the new line. I really like the new line. I will avoid buying this dark elves and dwarves. I will wait for them to or remove them completely or renew. Let's see what they do. Are you a gamer or more a painter? I do play myself. That's why I have such a big backlog, because I prefer to play than paint. It's kind of sad. GW just addicted us to buy all the time. New releases, beautiful miniatures, nice games. So I'm trying kind of end the cycle, you know. Spearhead is nice though. More painter, I only play some casual stuff. I love Spearhead as well. Quick, nice games for fun. I tried Spearhead for the first time this summer with borrowed miniatures from my brother and some friends, and it was one of the most fun games I've had in a long time, you know. I've never played Age of Sigmar before, and it was my my first time. I didn't play the previous edition, any previous edition basically. I was always a 40k player and Necromunda. These are my main. But after like 3 games in 10th edition, I stopped to play 40k. I just, you know, I couldn't get back into it because I stopped playing in 9th. I was playing in 9th and I was quite competitive in my friends group, and you know, I played some tournament. And after some time, there was too many changes, all the time some new stuff, all the time too many things to remember, and it just like felt bad. So I stopped playing 40k entirely and switched back to Necromunda. Necromunda is fun, nice, you know. We played some campaign, there's a lot of missions, you can develop the gang. It's amazing system. It's one of the best I played from JW. And then yeah, this summer I start to play this Age of Sigmar. For some reason I do own an army of Sylvanet, like close to 2000 points, but I've never played with them. And after playing this Spearhead one time, I was like, damn, this is fun, this is nice, easy, pretty clear. And even though it's simple, it's not easy to win. You have to actually try and, you know, think about tactics and what can happen, and the double turn and all that stuff. So it was very fun. And then I played second time with another army. Yeah. First time I played with was that, I think, the ghouls. And second time I played with Luminette. It was very difficult, but the game was amazing. It was close. So we ended up I ended up winning by 1, like 15-14 or so. So again, it was a fun game. And I was like, damn, this Age of Sigmar is nice. So the next game I played already for 2000 points with my brother's ghouls. And yeah, it was a really good game. We played full turns, like full game. And I managed to, even though I was playing first time, I managed to draw. Because everything ended up in the last throw of the dice. And anything could happen. I mean, I mean, not anything. I could win or... No, sorry, I could lose or I could draw. And I had to throw from 6 saves, or sorry, from 6 feel no pains. They are called wards, I think, in Age of Sigmar. So from 6 wards, I had to throw 3 sixes to keep 3 guys on the objective and score it, basically. And don't let my brother score. And from 6, I made 3 sixes, and it was the last throw of the game, because there was nothing else to do. Nothing else to move, nothing else to shoot, nothing else to fight. It was the last fight of the game, and we finished drawing, which was, I mean, unexpected, and very nice. I was happy with the result, and the game is really nice. There is not so much emphasis on the shooting like in 40k, and basically if you stand in correctly in the first turn, the guy can just, blow you out, blow your best units, and there's a basically like GG after the first round of shooting. And if you don't do that, then if you try to hide and everything, then you're just out of position. You need time to get into the game before you reach the opponent. And then you reach it, and it's so powerful. Just the units are blowing themselves up really fast. And I feel like it's not usually the case in Age of Sigmar. I mean, they die, but they still can come back, right? Like you can do reinforcements or just regroup. I think you can bring back some miniatures. So this is nice. Also, like, not everything depends on shooting. So you don't need to be so worried that they have like huge tank that's gonna blow up half of your army, or like units broadside. There are some shooting units, but they are not overpowered like in 40k. Sorry. I mean, you have the full army of just shooting units, and they blow you out piece by piece, and just wait until you reach combat, and in combat they suck, and you, unless they missed something with shooting, you might just win combat slowly. I played Skaven versus Augurs, and our game was dedicated on the last initiative roll twice. Seems very balanced. Yeah, I feel the same. Like it's much more balanced, and you can actually come back, because if you manage to get the double turn, for example, it might help you a lot. For example, if in my game I would not get double turn, I would lose straight away. Like I couldn't have a chance because he would start combat, kill my units, and then in my turn I would have almost nothing. But since I rolled and get double turn, I still could finish with the draw. By lucky throw, by all means, like this 3 6s on 6 dice was super lucky, but still I had a shot at least to play and not like, okay, I'll give up now if I don't. I basically just give up because I know there's no chance. This randomness, okay, gives less, in theory, less balance, right? Because randomness is something that you cannot control. But on the other hand, it keeps you and your opponent like in check. Like you cannot do anything you want. You have to be mindful. Okay, now maybe it's better to not charge with everything, because if I get double turn, maybe it's better to move these units, blah blah blah. So yeah, Age of Sigmar is super nice system to play, very fun, and the minis are beautiful. They're very creative. Not all are my like cup of tea, I would say. Some of them are quite strange, random. Some of the Luminets especially, you know, the Kangurs and that stuff, but definitely creative. And the new Cities of Sigmar, nice. Just very, very nice miniatures. Okay, let's see if I can finally glue these guys. So this sword should be something like this. So there will be an access to some highlights. Let's remove. We see some blue tack. Okay. I'm gonna use my favorite glue of all time, Green Stuff Word. It's jelly, not so you know, flowy like, for example, super glue. Gel consistency, much easier to control. And it's still dry fast. There we go. Just a little bit more hold, and it should be fine. There we go, nice. And then the shield. Let's see how much the shield is covering and if I need to do. No, that's fine. I was thinking there are some parts that I want to still paint a different color, but this one is gonna be nice. So again, some blue. I think I need to hold it a little bit longer, just to make sure it's nice and tight. And these guys I'm doing mostly for 30k. 30k, it's a complicated system, but it's a little bit more balanced, in my opinion, than 40k. You know, most of the guys are Marines. So they have the same weapons. There are very, very small changes. Okay, the custodians are probably a little bit stronger. But I will just do less OP lists and it's gonna be fine. And also they are very expensive, I mean, in terms of points, you know. So this guy, let's add more blue tack on the foot here, so it's a little bit more stable. And let's see, this ore, I think this should be pointing up. And then the shield, let's see, yeah, it's like a victory pose. Okay. There we go. Victory or charge, you know, this type of stuff. Just hold a little bit. Nice. Okay. And then the shield. After the shields, after the last guy, I'm gonna glue the heads and then I'm gonna take a break. Probably I'll finish them tonight. Just I'm painting already for over 2 hours and close to 3 hours. It's just I'm kind of tired already. I'm thinking to do one time a 24-hour stream and see how many miniatures can I paint in this period of time, but definitely I need more endurance than I have right now. So let me do a few weeks first and then I'm gonna do 24 hours. Okay, this one, yeah, this one should be in the back because the front leg is the right leg, the knee is up, so it means that the hand and then the elbow should be back. The just regular, you know, human physics. It would just make more sense. If you're running or walking, usually you put the front leg and then the opposite arm back. So that's the idea. And then, so this one and this should be front. And okay, it can be front, that's fine. I'll try to manage the highlights and some details from that. Just hold a little bit. Okay. And this is nice. This is looking nice. Let me glue the heads now. So the heads are done on these sticks. So I need to cut them. I will need to do the eyes and gems. I said already before, but I do like to separate heads from the main body, not for the heads specifically, because the heads I can paint and do the eyes, you know, on the miniature. It's more for the body actually, because it's easier to manage and paint without head attached, especially with this, you know, they have this long hair and you can easily break them. Okay, so this head is gonna be like just looking straight up, nothing fancy. A drop of paint, drop of glue. Here you go. Just looking straight. And we got the first guy. Looking nice. It's not the end. I'm gonna do much more details and some silver here. I need to do the wash, highlights, but it's definitely close to the end already. There's maybe 1 hour left to finish these guys. Like completely, you know. So this one, or I can do something like this, looking at something that he's protecting, or just going the other way. I think he's gonna look straight where he's pointing the shield at, like he's trying to get some bullets to stop, or I don't know. I think this is more logic. There we go. And the last guy is running, so he probably should look where he's going. Yeah, just he's pointing at something with his sword, so I'm gonna make him look at this direction. Kind of. It depends if the hair actually let me. Because as I said, the hair are the biggest problems in these minis. They come in the way of many things and you can easily break them. You see, it's just messy. All right, so we done did it. 3 guys, 3 shields. As I put in the thumbnail and in the name of the stream, shield wall, it's kind of done. So that's the painting session, 1000 to 0 unpainted minis. We are even closer, so we went down to 984, which is awesome. So thank you so much for coming over, hanging out with me, and see you tomorrow morning. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. Goodbye.